Hello and welcome back to Lumosity, but as you can tell, we would not be needing those audio points for this. That's for something else. Oh gosh, the 1812 Overture. Now, I have no doubt that you've already heard this, but have you? Have you? Well, maybe you have, but you've probably only heard the excerpt. Most people have only heard the excerpt, and that's really quite a shame because it's a very, very pretty 10 or so minutes. It's long. I don't know if this is just the excerpt or not, but anyway. By Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky, who is a Russian composer of the Romantic era. His wide-ranging output includes symphonies, operas, ballets, instrumental, chamber music, and songs. He wrote some of the most popular concert and theatrical music in the classical repertoire, including the ballets Swan Lake, The Sleeping Beauty, and The Nutcracker, the 1812 Overture, his first piano concerto, his last three numbered symphonies, and the opera Eugene Onegin. Born into a middle-class family, Tchaikovsky was educated for a career as a civil servant, despite his obvious musical precocity. He pursued a musical career against the wishes of his family, entering the St. Petersburg Oh, sorry. It's just I've heard the excerpt so many more times. I forgot this was part of this. Sorry about that. Entering the St. Petersburg Conservatory in 1862 and graduating in 1865. This formal Western-oriented training set him apart from the contemporary nationalist movement embodied by the influential group of young Russian composers known as the Five, with whom Tchaikovsky's professional relationship was mixed. The Five: Stravinsky, Shostakovich. I don't think that's them. Borodin was one of them. If we wanted to look into the Five, we should probably look into them, right? I don't think it was those guys. You know, like Prokofiev. I don't think that was them. How do I get back? How do I get back? There must be some way back. Okay, I'm just curious. Oh, and he's gone. Borodin has flown the coop. He's no longer contained within the... there we are. Very good. The Mighty Handful. Well, I want to know what the Five is now. Or the Mighty Handful. A group of Russian nationalist composers. Oh, well, that's just wonderful, yeah? I may or may not have already known that. The Five, also known as the Mighty Handful, the Balakirev Circle, and the New Russian School refers to a circle of composers who met in St. Petersburg, Russia, in the years 1856 to 1870. Miley Balakirev, the leader, Chezar Kir, Modest Muzogsky, who I like a lot, and Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov, who I like way even more. Oh, this is the ending. Oh, at least it's the ending. No, this is merely the middle. Well, the beginning of the middle. Performed by the Skidmore College Orchestra. There is no known copyright restrictions here. Oh yes, The year 1812. Festival Overture in E-flat major, Opus 49, also known as 1812 Overture, is an orchestral work by Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky, commemorating the unsuccessful French invasion into Russia and the subsequent devastating withdrawal of Napoleon's Grand Armée, an event that marked 1812 as the major turning point of the Napoleonic Wars. The work is best known for the sequence of cannon fire, which is sometimes performed, especially at outside festivals, using live cannons. When performed indoors, orchestras may use computer-generated cannon sounds or huge barrel drums. Although the composition has no historical connection with the America-Britain War of 1812, it is often performed in the US alongside other patriotic music. The overture debuted in the Cathedral of Christ the Savior in Moscow on August the 20th, 1882. Fail! What horn fumbled? Fail! I've heard this too many times! Oh, that reminds me of one outdoor thing I went to. By a symphony. Yeah, it was bad. Oh man. This is better than that at least. No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay, oh, come on, I've heard of like the Boston Pops or something. It's seriously. Right, I'll tell you as we do Lumosity about the War of 1812, Napoleon's entrance into Moscow, and how that all turned out. By the way, I'm feeling good, even though I only got 4.5 hours sleep. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm not feeling good. Okay. Is that a good idea? Nah. This is more fun. But I need to tell you about 1812. What am I doing? No. Alright, I'll tell you after this then. And I'm not... Oh no! Pugs. Ooh, Pudgy. Who you calling Pudgy? Punted. Punter. Will you call someone that punts? Hey, punter. What? Duh. Pulley. Oh, come on. Spell pulley, man. Oh. I bet you enjoyed saying that. Bandit. Aha! I have no idea how that helps me, but I did it. Just in case you're wondering if I did that or not, I did. Okay, that doesn't help me. Pudding. Oh yeah. Pudginess? Oh, come on. Ah, man. What an awful set of events. I'm a narwhal. No, you're not. What a buzzkill. What does that even mean? No. I should know. Why don't I know? No. Nard. Narm. Narn. Narnia. I don't even know how to spell it. How do I spell that? Okay, it doesn't. Narker. Narking. Nails, nailed, nailing, nailings, nastiness is. I have no idea how is nastiness is a word, but it is. Or any time with that, it's narrying. It's worth a try. Nagging. Nagginess. Gallantry. Gallantries. But freaking gallant, yeah? Go down to W, preferably. Gallanting. Gallivant. What? Gallivant. Am I not knowing how to spell this? Oh, gosh. Oh, the goal of this game. The goal. Got. Gale, scaled. Gelling. Oh, man. You gotta be kidding me. Garlin. Gullins. Gels. Gala. Gulking. Gulk. Galaxy. Is galactic. Gander. Gandering. Gans. Gamer. Aha. Okay. Gastronomy. Booyah. Haha. Gap, gape, scape, gaper, gaping, gapper, gapping, memory matrix. We proceed through tiles. When's this thing gonna end? I was gonna end 5 times now. I told you it's gonna be like over 10 minutes. Well, I've heard recordings they said up to 17 minutes long. Dude, it's gone, okay? Here, let me show you just how long Here, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna leave one space not open so I can pause the game effectively like that. And then I'm gonna show you something, yeah? Oh! I was gonna leave one more space open. Totally threw me off as far as how many spaces I had to do when I started feeling. Alright, here we go. We got those things. What do you call those things? Oh man. I suddenly forgot what they're called. You know those... yeah, I give up. Okay. This is the topic. Okay. But of course, even while the title is Latin... Sorry, even while the title is Russian, the text of the music is Italian, as music always is. And that is Russian again. Russian. Okay, so if you can actually make any sense of this, well done. No, I can't. I can read music, sure. Not at this speed, certainly. And not of this complexity. Yeah, I'm quite a weakling, as far as musical reading goes. I always just memorize things. I can hear something and play it. That's way easier than reading it. So much. Of course, I couldn't play anything from here. Mozart could have done that. Yes, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. He could listen to a symphony when he was really young. And he could write in every part of it. Every instrument, every note, every dynamic, every key signature, every measure, every time. This guy's a genius. Mozart, that is. He was a genius. I mean, Tchaikovsky's probably a genius too. It's just Well, he's a homosexual genius. Thought that was interesting. Of course, that was not very well accepted at the time, so, you know, it was a problem for him, but just thought that was interesting. Thought I'd put that out there. They quit in with you, doing whatever you want with it. There it is. Yeah, it's just a fact. Oh, man. Look at this stuff. It looks kind of similar now, like left and right. A lot of repeated things, a lot of notes of the same, you know, in the same placement, same pitches. You know, just simple scales there. I'll shut up for this. And there you have it, the 1812 Overture. Played really, really badly. And so out of tune. Which is weird, I don't even know how you could have a horn out of tune, and yet the trumpets. Oh, the trumpets. Oh, my ears are bleeding virtually. Ah! Nah, it wasn't that bad. But it wasn't perfect. And in the end, it was very not perfect. Oh well. Point is, okay, I'll now tell you a little history, as I used to do about, history. Wow, I used to tell you history during these episodes. Amazing, isn't it? History. The 1812 Overture. Well, not the Overture, 1812 Overture, we don't heard about that. But I'll give you background on the War of 1812. Not in America. I do know that there was some kind of American stuff going on with the British in Canada and blah, blah. Washington got burned and the White House got burned and it was just a mess. Anyway, in Europe was the main theater of the war, though. The War of 1812. Fought generally between England and Napoleon of France, although Napoleon also had a hankering to conquer the whole world. Well, not the whole world. He was on friendly terms with America, of course, giving to America. I do believe, who was it? I do believe it's Thomas Jefferson who purchased Louisiana territory, which was not just Louisiana, of course, it was much bigger. But I don't know if it was or not. It might not have been Thomas Jefferson. It was somebody. I know. It was not nobody who bought it. It might have been Thomas Jefferson. If it was not Thomas Jefferson, I have no idea who it was. Well, I mean, I have an idea, but I don't know. I don't know who exactly. So let's just say it was Thomas Jefferson. And if it wasn't, you can post that in the comments. Anyway, I'll tell you what I do know about, which is the theater as it was in Europe at the time. So, Napoleon was a fantastic leader. All right, first of all, his troops were very, very loyal. Well, after he was conquered for the final time, spoiler alert, he was banished, of course. Yeah, well, it was had enough of him. He's banished to a remote desert island, but he somehow escaped. That's Napoleon for you. And when he came back to France, which is already being led by a new king, As soon as the people saw him, they laid down everything they were doing and joined him for one last glorious world conquest, which was very much in vain. And after that, he was banished to even more desert island. He died on that. So I think it was the Isle of Elba. And anyway, Napoleon, when he's an example of epic leadership. So, a man will not fight for 10 pence a day. Or blah, blah, and blah, blah, blah. I forget the exact words. He will fight based on convictions. Basically, what Napoleon was saying, and I forget what words he used, was that people don't fight for money. They fight because of ideals. Or because they're brutally drafted. That too. But anyway, we don't get good fighters by drafting. They're like, oh no, I don't want to go. Ah! And sometimes you just gotta shoot the draftees. Well, that's just wonderful. You know, shoot your own guys too. Oh, it's double the targets. I mean, double the fun. But still, though, if you could have them shooting draftees or shooting the others anyway, if you think you have the strategy shoot, I think you can probably see why it's better. So that's that. Furthermore, yeah, because deserting is quite common with draftees, particularly in the army. Oh dear. Well, anyway, and well, I mean, it used to be. Of course, it used to be because they don't have to draft anymore, but it used to be pretty common. Anyway, what are we gonna say here? Is what else? Oh yes, the war of 1812. So it was going on. Alright, Napoleon was also a fantastic general, leader of his troops and a leader of armies. Well, of course, if you're a leader of troops, you're by definition a leader of armies, but I mean like a leader of armies, like a general. Like, this guy could lead into... He had some excellent battle tactics, alright? That's basically what I'm saying. Not just an excellent leader on the ground. I'm meaning an excellent... Oh, it failed so many times. Okay, it's just three times. It's just three times. It's not that bad yet. It's not as bad as yesterday, but certainly. So basically, yeah, he was a fantastic general. He had excellent tactics and excellent leadership abilities. Right, so Napoleon Bonaparte named the little corporal during his war before, where he was a corporal and fighting for the King of France. Not the King of France. The France didn't have a king. They had all that French Revolution stuff. Okay, so whatever. Yeah, not to be confused with Napoleon III, who was another, pretty much a king. He built Versailles and stuff. Yeah, he wasn't really liked. Oh, well, I mean, he was wonderfully liked, but he just was not really the post... not as much the post... what am I trying to say here? Post-Enlightenment guy. Anyway, getting on with it. Napoleon Bonaparte. Right, so he was such a good general, in fact, that he did not lose a single battle until Austria, which was led by a woman at the time. He underestimated her. Bad move. And Austria defeated him for the first time in battle. He lost his first time. His overwhelming army was defeated when he became lazy, complacent even. Or complacent. Lazy even, I could have said probably better. And that was bad. But, of course, while Austria gave him some trouble, he still had overwhelming force. As I said, the armies of France were more motivated than others, and there were a lot more of them. Whoa! And he had some money from selling Louisiana to America, so basically France's entire territory in the New World for money to continue the war effort with. So, yeah, he also had, maybe man will not fight for 10 pence a day, but doesn't hurt. I certainly won't fight without it. And, well, I mean, he might, but, I mean, those people, in the end, for Napoleon, they did, but the point is, it doesn't hurt, yeah? And it buys other stuff. Anyway, so he lost there, but the thing about Moscow was he didn't lose a single other time, and he didn't even lose in Moscow. But when he invaded Moscow, he entered and the entire path to Moscow, right before the Russian winter. He brought with him an army of 1 million men, which back then was a lot of people. You didn't see million-man armies ever back then. The last time you seen probably was like, Xerxes, the Persian brought through 2,000 years prior, had brought an army of 1 million men against Greece. There might have been a few other times like I don't know. I don't know if there have been times throughout history. It's possible there have been million-man armies after that. But the point is, this was way uncommon. So the Russians did not try to fight him at all. They led him into Moscow. But what they found when they went into Moscow, Napoleon's army, was a city burned to the ground, of everything gone. There was nothing left to pillage. The Russians had destroyed it all already. And with the fast approaching Russian winter, it was all Napoleon could do to get out of Dodge. He went on horse. He went in his chariot all the way back, his glorious king chariot, and he escaped in time. But 1/3 of his army, over 300,000 people with families, people who love them, they all perished from the Russian winter. Ouch! Smart Russians, though. That would have been a lot of bullets. But, because they didn't bring provisions. They thought they'd just sack Moscow and get things from that. Fail. Anyway, and Napoleon was finally again defeated at Waterloo from the combined forces, mainly of the Prussians, who were the main military power, and at the time, and England, who was, England, and led by Wellington. No, led by Wellington, and who was remembered by history as perhaps being an even better general. Even though I'm pretty sure he outnumbered Napoleon. Or maybe someone outnumbered someone. I think he outnumbered Napoleon. Even though he's still remembered as being excellent because he defeated Napoleon. And it only happened one other time. So regardless, he's still considered better. Anyway, not better, but, good. Anyway, that's going to wrap this episode up. Thanks for watching it. And, that's it. The War of 1812, of course, is the war in America because the Napoleonic Wars have been lasting quite a bit longer than just 1 year. That was the downfall of Napoleon, though, in 1812. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.